The achievements in Tekken 7 can be considered quite easy. That's if you probably play fighting games. Me, however, I don't play them so much. With Tekken 8 coming out, I thought it'd be a good idea to get the Platinum Trophy for Tekken 7. And as part of a challenge video that I'm working on in the background, I needed a respectable fighting game. Thus, Tekken 7 was the only option, and it was free on PlayStation Plus. This Platinum is rated a 3 out of 10 on PSN profiles, but in all honesty, for somebody who doesn't play fighting games, this honestly felt more like a 3000 out of 10. I'm not exaggerating one bit. This guy stinks! I'm really bad at fighting games, and I sincerely do apologise to the Tekken community going forward. But before you sit back and relax for this Tekken Platinum journey, please consider liking the video and subscribing. This trophy list consists of 43 trophies, and they can be sectioned into different categories. The story and chapter-based trophies with like the character story things. There's also some treasure battles and ranking up your, I guess, overall rank. There's some online trophies you need to get, and then you can also do a sort of miscellaneous cleanup in the practice mode. So, logically speaking, it would only make sense to do the tutorial and work on practicing in the practice mode, right? To try and get some trophies there while learning the game. But instead I decided to drop straight into the multiplayer. My tiny peanut brain didn't know how active the game was and whether the trophies would be easily obtainable. So I thought, let me get the hardest trophies out of the way, ensuring I'm not locked out of them, as I'd hate to get all of the other trophies for the game and then not be able to get the online related ones. Probably just me that endures silly things like this, but let me know if you do the same. For the online trophies, you need to win a ranked match, win any player match online, and fight 10 different players online. And then you also need to win a battle in the online tournament mode. So in theory, by grinding out all of these other trophies, you should end up playing against 10 other people. So as somebody that doesn't know what the controls are, playing online against what I can assume would be seasoned veterans, you can probably imagine what happened next. I won. Only kidding. Got him! I was put into a spin cycle multiple times, truly losing the will to live. The level of sweat coming off of these opponents was literally disgusting. The combinations I was being put into would not let me defend myself or attack. It was truly an awful experience. I can respect that I'm pretty bad at the game and the people that I was playing may have not been that good in the grand scheme of things, but to me they looked like the best players ever. Like, they felt like they were professionals. But after a couple of games, I found somebody, thankfully, as bad as me at the game, and all I did was button mash the same move over and over to ultimately lock the opponent out from attacking me. This is something that I picked up from other people, sort of getting hit with so many combinations and not being able to attack back myself. I thought that attack was the best defense, and it clearly was, because I ended up winning. So from an amateur's perspective, I just still feel like this game is whoever can land the first hitting combination is pretty much always going to win. I'm sure there's more to it, sort of like with the art of defending, but the better you are, maybe the games are more exciting, but for me I'm not, and I do apologise for the community for this button mashing. So I cleaned through the multiplayer trophies mentioned before, and after a couple of tiers I continued to get a win in an online tournament match. When I first tried to do the online tournament, there was nobody there to even fill out the tournament, which kind of scared me a bit because I had the 3 other multiplayer trophies. So I thought I may have to boost the trophy. Rest assured, when I played the game at a more popular hour, there were more players, but the problem was that this mode was so much sweatier than ranked play, and I thought ranked play would, be the worst because it's ranked play. And I just kept getting beaten to a pulp again and again, until my knight in shining armour, Nostromo, came in to save the day. If you haven't already checked out this Platinum Legend, please do, the link's in the description. So I invited him to a tournament that I set up, waited for some randomers to fill the lobby, and then we needed to send a little prayer to the RNG gods. Citizens of planet Earth! Put your hands together and offer your spirit energy and say that little prayer. Please match us up together. We done it? Great. So you best believe it, on the first attempt, somehow, yes, I mean somehow, that's probably collectively the spirit bomb energy you just gave me, we matched in the first game. So finally something good has happened while playing Tekken 7. And from here out, it was a pretty simple yet well fought battle. GG's and thank you, my guy. By also winning this fight, because my king stood still the entire time, I achieved a perfect victory, which is winning without taking damage. And this trophy, I didn't know if I'd be able to do it at the beginning because I was generally so bad and I was even dying to the computer. But rest assured that throughout the rest of this platinum journey, I did actually obtain this a few other times. With the online trophies completed, I thought it'd be a good idea to play through the story mode. Again, doing things in a very weird way, I do apologise. The story trophies are fairly straightforward and unmissable as long as you complete everything essentially. So you just need to beat certain chapters, and by beating these certain chapters you'll get the corresponding trophies. However, I still did suck quite badly at this game and did struggle on some chapters, which is quite embarrassing. So I'll just highlight the parts of my downfall for your entertainment. Firstly, some oversized action men with mohawks absolutely destroyed me, followed by an old bald egg which is clinging on to the last bits of his youth with some tufts of hair. A man with a red ponytail owned me, followed by the horny demon that stands over your bed at night.
What do you mean by that?
You need to beat the following chapters for the relevant trophies. You need to beat the prologue, beat chapter 1, 8, 13, watch the epilogue, and also complete the special chapter. After completing the story, I then moved on to the character episode stories, which really are a cakewalk at this point. And you got trophies for completing 3 character stories and then also 10 character stories. During this section, I also achieved the following trophies. A great victory for winning with a finishing move while you are on extremely low health. I think it was like one of the rage techniques. While I was also attempting the first trophy, I ended up snatching a victory from the draw of defeat 5 times. Next up was one of the grindier aspect, the treasure battles and ranking up. Again, luckily with these fights, they weren't that hard. Some did provide challenging and caught me off guard, but I did win the majority of my fights. In this mode, you move up the more you win and you gain XP for that. And if you lose, you kind of, I guess, get some XP taken away and you could potentially go down a level. Within this section, I achieved trophies for winning 3 games in a row, winning 3 special battles which occur every so often, and also for defeating Akuma and Devil Kazumi in those special battles I just mentioned. There were also trophies associated for unlocking 20 and 50 treasure boxes, and you get these after every win. There were 4 trophies linked to leveling up, the first one for reaching first Dan, then Initiate, then Brawler, and then finally Warrior. And then lastly, some of the cumulative trophies. One was for defeating 20 opponents which were higher level than you, and then the other one was associated to earning some good old money. Money. One for getting 5 milli, and then the other for getting 10 milli in the bank. Now it was time for cleanup. This was mainly specific combat related activities that you needed to do, such as combinations, etc. So I went into practice mode to clean these up. There were some environmental trophies for destroying different aspects of 2 different maps, and these can be achieved in practice mode. Crushing Impact and Please Don't Tell My Father,
I'm your daddy,
were achieved in the jungle, and then Destructive Drive for breaking through a floor and going somewhere for reaching the bottom floor of the map. I then needed to deal 10 Rage Drives and also 20 Rage Arts, which are basically the special moves that you can trigger. I also needed to block these 5 Rage Arts, and again, all of these, if you modify the settings in practice mode, you can get these fairly easily. I also dealt 10,000 damage while in Rage mode, and there were some trophies that I did actually pick up naturally throughout playing the game, and I honestly have no idea what some of them mean, like what the fuck is triggering 10 screws? Am I Bob the Builder? I don't think so. With that said, I performed 10 crushes, 10 screws, 10 homing attacks, and I also dealt more than 70 damage as part of an air combo. Just relax, you can do it did not relax me, and in fact this made me contemplate my life multiple times. For this trophy you needed to complete 10 free hit combos, and for a schmuck like me, actually having to look at combinations and then perform them did prove difficult at first, but we got there in the end. And then lastly, I needed to accumulate 50,000 damage in the practice arena. I found this quite funny that I left the practice area stuff till last, and struggled throughout all of the early points of the game, including the multiplayer, because I had no idea what I was doing. If this video gets 100 likes, I will platinum Tekken 8, and I promise you I will do the practice related trophies first, if there are any, that is. Luckily for this trophy, you do not need to get this total in one sitting. It stacks from the different sessions. Overall, it took me around 30 minutes of just spamming and enduring Miguel's laugh. And with that said, I hope you enjoyed my suffering of this platinum journey. And until I platinum Tekken 8, you should check out these videos in the meantime, and subscribe and follow me on Twitter for more painful updates and challenges. I'll see you on the next one.